Some lives begin so far behind the starting line that, by every logical measure, catching up should be impossible. No wealth to inherit, no powerful connection, no safety net to fall back on. Leonardo Del Vecchio was born in Milan on May 22, 1935. His struggles began before he even drew his first breath. His father, a poor vegetable street vendor, died just a few months before Leonardo was born. So how do you build an extraordinary life when loss is the very first thing you inherit? Leonardo didn't merely build an empire. He created a near invisible monopoly that stretched from timeless appeal of Ray-Ban to the meta glasses, shaping the future of wearable technology. His influence was everywhere. Tom Cruise turned Ray-Ban aviators into a cultural phenomenon in Top Gun, while Daniel Craig, Robert Downey Jr., and Gagi Hadid, all brands born from Dell's empire. For decades, he quietly dedicated how the world looked at itself, without most of the world ever knowing his name. By the early 1940s, Milan had become one of northern Italy's principal wartime targets. Repeated Allied air raids battered the city, disrupting daily life and leaving its people to endure constant fear and uncertainty. Years of war had brought Italy's economy to its knees. Coal had become a precious commodity, leaving countless homes without adequate heat. The medicine fell short, leaving the sick behind, and even a loaf of bread required standing in line for hours under the threat of airstrikes. His widowed mother was left completely alone to raise 5 children in a city deeply scattered by the economic hardship of the 1930s. By the time Leonardo was 7 years old, the financial strain had become too much for his mother to bear. Unable to feed and support all her children, she made the agonizing decision to place him in the Martinist orphan in Milan. How does an abandoned orphan with zero resources quietly lay the foundation for a global monopoly? By every logical rule of life, Leonardo should have been forgotten by history. So how did he write his own destiny? At 15 years old, while most teenagers were still discovering who they want to become, Leonardo was already learning how hard survival could be. He found work at Johnson, a metal and wedge company in Milan. Apprenticing under a tool and die maker, the factory demanded precious patience and maturity far beyond his years. Then one day the nightmare happened. While working as an apprentice, an industrial accident cost him part of his index finger. Despite physical hardship, Leonardo embraced learning opportunities in the metalworking and craftsmanship. His supervisor recognized his natural talent and dedication to quality work. This skill later proved instrumental in his business success. He continued to develop his skills while studying industrial design and engraving in evening classes. The young apprentice, who had once been focused solely on earning a paycheck, was beginning to think like a craftsman. In 1958, at the age of 23, Del moved to Algarve in the Dolomite Mountains, where government initiatives encouraged new businesses. There he opened a small workshop producing metal components. Algarve represented the geographical turning point that changed everything. This small town in the Vendigo region offered unique advantages for ambitious entrepreneurs. Local government provided free land and economic initiatives to attract new businesses. The location choice proved brilliant for multiple reasons beyond financial initiatives. Argado, in the Belluno province, sat at the heart of Italy's eyewear manufacturing region. Established companies provided ready markets for high-quality components, while skilled workers were available locally. In 1961 marked a breakthrough year in Argando, among the peaks of the Dolomites. He formally established Luxottica. At his side were two partners, Francisco da Corta and Vittorio Toscani, owners of Metaflex and among his most valued customer in the eyewear industry. By the early 1970s, Dell had acquired the stakes, becoming the sole owner of Luxottica. The 1970s brought sustained growth as Luxottica's reputation spread throughout Europe. Leonardo's strategy of continuous innovation kept the company ahead of competitors. He understood that standing still meant falling behind. In the rapidly evolving eyewear market, international recognition arrived as fashion magazines featured Luxottica frames in editorial spreads. Celebrities and influencers who began wearing the distinctive design. This organic marketing proved more valuable than traditional advertising campaigns. In 1981, establishment of Luxottica's first international subsidiary in Germany signaled global ambitions. Leonardo recognized that domestic success alone would limit growth potential. European expansion provided the foundation for more worldwide operations. His revolutionary 1988 licensing deal with Giorgio Armani transformed the entire eyewear industry forever. Leonardo understood that fashion brands could elevate eyewear from medical necessity to style statement. This partnership created the template for luxury eyewear collaborations. The Armani's deal success attracted other prestigious fashion houses seeking similar partnership. Leonardo negotiated agreements with Bulgari, Chanel, Prada, and Valentino. Each partnership enhanced Luxottica's reputation and market position. Leonardo wasn't building companies just to grow bigger. He was quietly assembling every layer of the eyewear ecosystem. Brands, stores, manufacturing, distribution, piece by piece. He wasn't building a company anymore. He was constructing an ecosystem designed to dominate the industry. His 1995 acquisition of Parcel and Lens Sculptures represented bold moves into heritage brands and retail operations. Parcel bought Italian craftsmanship, traditions, and celebrity. Lens Sculptures provided North American retail presence. In 1999, Ray-Ban acquisition became Leonardo's most iconic business move. This legendary American brand has lost its way under previous ownership. Leonardo's investment and strategic vision restored Ray-Ban to a global prominence. Sunglass Hut's 2001 acquisition completed Leonardo's retail strategy by providing dedicated sunglasses retail expertise. The chain mall locations and seasonal focus complemented LensCrafters' precious eyewear emphasis. The massive 2007 Oakley's acquisition for $2.1 billion demonstrated Leonardo's continued appetite for growth. This California-based company bought sports eyewear expertise and younger demographics. The deal expanded Luxottica's market reach significantly. For decades, Essilor and Luxottica dominated different corners of the eyewear industry. Essilor in lenses and optical technology, Luxottica in frames, brands and retails. In 2018, their paths converged when the two companies merged to form Essilor Luxottica, creating a global powerhouse that reshaped the vision, care, industry and cemented Leonardo's legacy as one of the most influential figures in modern business. By 2019, industry titan Essilor Luxottica turned its sights towards the future through a strategic partnership with Meta.
Meta to sell smart glasses. The company now offers smart glasses under the Ray-Ban and Oakley brands.
recognizing that style was the gateway to mass adoption. The collaboration paired iconic frames with cutting edge technology, launching the first generation Ray-Ban stories in 2021. Leonardo Del Vecchio passed away in June 2022, but the foundation he built has already set a new era in motion. By 2024, the partnership was extended into the next decade, paving the way for AI powered Raven. Leonardo Del Vecchio says, "We never expected the growth so large. Our goal was simple to create beautiful eyewears. We still believe the frames of tomorrow will always be better than the one we make today. It's in our blood, from a tiny mountain workshop to a global powerhouse that now partners with Silicon Valley giants like Meta. Leonardo completely changed how the world sees. What are your thoughts on his legendary rise? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button and I will see you in the next video.